Yo, what's up, Jazz? First again. I'm still getting set up. Give me 1 second. What's up, Blake? What's up, Juliano Superstar fan? I don't know. You weren't the first to comment. What's up, gamer? You got a haircut today? Nice. You got a fresh haircut. I like it. Let's see. Hold up. This way. Let me get you guys the best view real quick. We're doing names now. We're no longer doing countries. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get some names going. Here we go. All right. All right, Bryson, you'll be our first one today. Thank you so much, Bryson. All right, Robert, I'll get you added to the line. All right, here we go. Bryson, I got your name in there. Here we go. All right, let's get this one spin. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Robert. Hey, guys, you guys got to remember, if you want spin art, all you got to do is be subscribed. Let me know that you are subscribed and you have a chance to get spin art. I'm only doing it for subscribers. So if you want a chance for it, you got to be subscribed. Let's see. Here we go. Thanks, gamer, for that chat. So, all right, let's get this one spinning. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. All right, let's take a look at this one. Here we go. All right, hold up, guys. My chat is not loading all the way, but Bryson, here you go. Awesome, Bryson. Let's go. All right, next up is going to be Robert. All right, with Robert, let's get this one going. All right, Robert, let's get this spinning. Here we go. Blue and yellow. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, I'm looking at the chat real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, did anybody send a super chat or a gift while I was away? Moderators, let me know. Not sure if I missed one. All right, guys, here we go. Robert, there you are. There you are. Awesome. Let me get some more names going. Here we go. You have to be subscribed. Remember that. If you want a chance for your spin art to be done, you just have to be subscribed. You gotta let me know your name and let me know you're subscribed. All right, Riley. Here we go. All right, Willow. Let me get you added to the list. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Willow, you've been added. Here we go. Here we go. Orange and blue. Here we go. Awesome. Let's get this one spinning right now. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Riley. There you are. There you are. All right. Next up is going to be Willow. Here we go. Alright guys, remember if you're going to request spin art, all you got to do is let me know your name and if you're subscribed. So I'm only doing it for subscribers. Now if you don't want to wait in line or you want to be guaranteed to get your spin art, all you got to do is send a large gift or a super chat. Alright, here we go, here we go. Alright, let's take a look. Willow, here you go. Awesome. Alright, let's get Colby going here. Colby. Alright. What's up, Dustin? You subscribed. Alright, I'll get you added to the line. Thanks, Dustin. There we go. Alright, here we go. Getting that one going. Alright, here we go. Dustin, thank you for being a subscriber. I got you added, my friend. Here we go. Alright, Zachy, you're not subscribed, but Harley, you are. Alright, thanks, Harley. Elijah, you didn't let me know if you're subscribed. I can't do you. Alright, Emily let me know. Thank you so much, Emily. Alright, here we go, here we go. Alright, Thomas, you're not subscribed. Emilio's not. Wes is. Alright, thank you so much, Wes. Alright, Bree, thank you so much for being subscribed. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Awesome, Colby. I hope you enjoy. There you go. Alright, Dustin, here we go, here we go. Alright, Dustin, let's get this one spinning. Let's get some red going with some white. Here we go. Awesome, let's go, Dustin. Alright, here we go, here we go. Mark, thank you so much for being a subscriber. Guys, remember, if you want a chance for me to do yours, all you got to do is subscribe, and then let me know your name, and then let me know you're subscribed. And then you have a chance for me to do your spin art. Alright, if you don't want to wait in line or you want to be guaranteed that you are in line, if you're not already in line, all you got to do is send a large gift or a super chat. Dustin, there you go. Alright. Next up is going to be Harley. Here we go, Harley. Alright, here we go. What's up, Grayson? You gotta let me know if you subscribed. Just let me know your name. Let me know if you subscribed. Here we go. Alright, Nathan, thank you so much for subscribing. Let me get you added. Alright, Nathan, here we go. Harper, you gotta let me know if you're subscribed. Alright, guys, remember to follow instructions. Alright, Harley, there we go. Alright, thanks, Gunnar Chris, for the gold coins. Alright, remember, only large gifts and super chat skip the line. That one will not skip the line, but thank you so much, Gunnar. Alright, here we go. You know what? I feel nice, though. So I will add Gunnar Chris to the line. I don't usually do that, but I feel nice. So, I got you, Gunnar Chris. I'll add you in the line. Here we go. And then I'll also, last one I'm going to add for small gifts to line is Wyatt Lamb. Alright. Here we go. Let's do it. Alright, there you go, Emily. I hope you enjoy. Alright, coming up next is going to be a Wes. Here we go. Alright, Wes. Let's do purple, not purple, blue and red. Here we go, here we go. Guys, remember, you gotta let me know if you subscribed, and you gotta let me know your name. So, alright, we just got a large gift. So, your local cutie is getting a spin art. Thank you so much for the gift. Alright. All right. Is that the name that we want to use? Let me know. I'm not sure. I don't see enough. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Wes, there you are. Awesome, you're a local cutie. Here we go. You sent 2 gifts. Wow. All right, hold up. We got to get you 2 spin arts then, because you sent 2 large gifts. All right, let me get you another one going. All right, thank you so much. Here we go, here we go. Awesome. There you go. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to get another one going for you. Here we go. Jenny, you subscribed. Thank you so much, Jenny, for subscribing. All right, here we go. All right, Jenny, got you added to the line. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go, here we go. Thank you so much. All right. Here we go. Bree, let's get it going. All right, Susanna, let me get you added to the line. Here we go, Susanna. All right, I got you added, Susanna. Do not worry. Here we go, here we go. All right, Bree, here you go, here you go. All right, next up is going to be Mark. Guys, remember, you got to be subscribed for a chance to get your spin art done. So, got to let me know you're subscribed. Now, if you don't want to wait in line or if you want to skip the line, all you got to do is send a large gift or super chat, just like Life's Caden. All right, Life as Caden, thank you so much. Here we go. Let me get you added real quick. Life as Caden. Life as Caden, 1482. Thank you. All right, let me get you in there real quick. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Life as Caden, getting going right now. All right, here we go. All right, Mark, you'll be next. Colby, let me get you added to the line. Here we go, here we go. Colby, 4810. I'll put you next in line. Yeah, you didn't really get it, but we'll put you next in line. But this gift's going to go first for Angie Labs. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate it. You sent a large gift, so you skipped the line. All right, Life as Caden, here you go. All right, all right. All right, next up is Angie Labs. Thank you so much. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Colby, you're going to be next. All right, thank you on yours. All right, here we go. Angie Labs, there you go, there you go. I hope you enjoy. What's up, Ethan? How you doing? All right, Colby, here we go. All right, Harper, you got to let me know if you're subscribed. Just your name is not enough. You got to let me know that your name and that you're subscribed. So, that's all it takes to have a chance for spin art. Now, if you want to skip a line or if you just want to be guaranteed a spot, if you haven't been in line already, just send a super chat or a large gift. All right, there you go. All right, next up is going to be Mark. Here we go, Mark. All right, Mr. Mark. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Mark, let's get some blue going. We'll do a little bit of light blue, and then let's do some red on the outside for Mark. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, Grayson, you didn't let me know if you're subscribed. Remember, you got to let me know if you're subscribed. All right, Zayden, thank you so much for being subscribed, Zayden. Here we go. All right, guys, if you want to skip the line, all you got to do is send a large gift or a super chat. All right, here we go. I'm getting some large gifts coming in right now. So, you guys are all going to be skipping the line. All right, here we go. Jax. V3 and 2J. All right, who's the next one that sent it? Jax, you sent 2. I will do 2 for you. Jax, V3 and 2J. All right, both of those will get done for you. And then we got another one that came in. Daxton, here we go. Daxton, Pogue 103. Or 16103. All right, here we go. Let's get those ones going. All right, here we go. All right, there you go, Mark. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Jax, let's get yours going right now. Thank you so much, Jax. Here we go. All right, Jax, here we go. Harper, I saw you subscribe. Let me get you added to the line. Here we go. All right, here we go. Awesome. Jax, thank you so much. There you go. All right, we're going to do one more for Jax. All right, here we go. There we go. Let's get this one spinning for Jax. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Here we go. All right, Jax. There we are. There we are. Awesome, Jax. All right, Daxton coming up right now. Jolene, you're going to be skipping the line, and you're going to be up next. Here we go. Here we go. Jolene, D8I. All right, here we go. Jolene, D8I. All right, here we go. Let's take this one off. I'll say a super chat that came in. You'll be going after Jolene. Daxton. All right, Jolene, here we go. All right, pink and blue. Taco Bell is better than taco trucks. All right. 199 Crunch Wrap Supreme. All right, Taco Bell is better than taco trucks. All right, I respect it. I respect it. Here we go. Oh, you watch my videos every day. Thank you so much. Jolene, there you go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Aha, crazy take. I've actually never had Taco Bell in my life. So, never had it. So, I'll take your word on it. I haven't heard good things about the bathroom afterwards. Kind of scares me. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Here you go, Mr. Taco Bell. Here we go. Awesome. There you go. There you go. All right, Nathan coming up right now. Here we go. All right, Mr. Nathan, let's get yours going. Let's get some blue in there with some black. Your name's Grayson. You subscribe. You know what, Grayson? Thank you so much for subscribing. Let me get you added right now. Grayson, you've been added to the line. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. Nathan, there you go. There you go. Awesome. I hope you enjoy. Awesome. Next up is going to be Gunner Chris. Let's go, Gunner Chris. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Blue and blue. All right, Elena subscribed. All right, I got you. All right, Zayden, you want me to do yours? I got you. I got you. Zayden. All right, Zayden, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right, let's take a look. Next up is going to be, all right, here we go. Awesome. All right, Wyatt Lamb, here we go. I know Uncle Dennis. Yeah, that is very true, gamer. I do know Uncle Dennis. He's pretty cool. All right, blue and red, here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Guys, remember, if you want your name to be done, for a chance for it to be done, all you gotta do is let me know your name and let me know that you're subscribed. So you gotta let me know both things. So, it's pretty simple. Now, if you want to be guaranteed a spot, or you don't want to wait in line, just send a large gift or a super chat, and you will skip the line. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's add some more people in here. All right, Kevin, thank you so much for subscribing, Kevin. All right, I got you added. Here we go. Here we go. All right, I got you, Kevin. Do not worry. You subscribe. Thanks, Justin. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, Jenny. There you go. There you go. Jenny subscribed, guys. Shout out to Jenny for subscribing. I'm going to wipe this down real quick just so it doesn't get too messy as we go on here. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Sophia Sunshine, for being such a great moderator. Guys, let's continue these names. You guys know the drill. Here we go. Here we go. All right. We know the drill, guys. Let's keep this going. All right. All this paint is so crazy on here. Do you guys see all this stuff coming off right now? There's a lot coming off. Oh my gosh. Here we go. All right. Let's get back to it. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Next up is going to be Susanna. Here we go, Susanna. Awesome. Here we go. Let's get a little bit of black with some orange for Susanna. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Blair Bear. I like the name. I got you. Here we go. Here we go. Blair Bear. All right. Blair Bear. Thank you for being subscribed. I got you added to the line. Johnny, you got to let me know if you're subscribed. Raylan subscribed. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Marie, I'm not sure if you're subscribed. You got to let me know, guys. Remember the rules. Here we go. All right, Susanna. There you go. There you go. All right, Kevin, we are not doing any more moderators until we get to 50,000 subscribers. So, until then, we are not doing any more moderators. At 50,000, I will choose some more moderators that have been loyal and that have just been to all the streams. So, just come to all the streams at 50,000 subs. We are doing more moderators to get chosen. All right, here we go. Here we go. Awesome. There you go. Hope you enjoy. Zayden. All right, next up is going to be Harper. Let's go, Harper. All right, here we go. All right. Jolien, I'm not sure if you subscribed, my friend. Johnny, you guys got to let me know if you subscribed. Remember that. So, you got to let me know your name and that if you subscribed. Here we go. All right, Maki, you're subscribed. All right, I can get you added. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. All right, Brian, you subscribed. All right, I got you, Brian. Let me get you added to the line. Here we go, here we go. Awesome. Let's take a look at this one. All right, Harper, I hope you enjoy it. There you go. Guys, remember, if you want to skip the line or if you just want to not even get in the line at all, send a super chat or a large gift. All right, here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Let's take a look at this one. Here we go. Grace, and there you are. There you are. Awesome. All right, next up is going to be Elena. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Blue and blue. Let's get this one started right now. All right, Johnny, Chezzy, you guys have got to let me know if you're subscribed or not. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, Elena, there we go. I'm only doing spin art for subscribers. So, all you got to do is let me know if you're subscribed and let me know your name. That's all it is. All right, Gabby, thank you so much for being subscribed. I will get you added. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right, there you go. Zayden. Awesome. All right, next up is going to be Kevin. Here we go. Your name's Ben, and you subscribe. Thank you, Ben, for subscribing. My friend, Ben. All right. B-E-N. Ben. All right, here we go. Awesome. Let's take a look at this one right now. All right. Kevin, there you go. There you go. Awesome. Next up is going to be Justin. Here we go, Mr. Justin. All right, I just got a large gift that just came in, so you will be skipping the line. Let me, yeah, here we go, here we go. All right. All right, here we go. All right, thank you so much for the gift. You have skipped the line. Here we go. The large gift makes you skip the line, so thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. All right, we'll take Justin off real quick. Justin, you'll be next, but the large gift skips the line. All right, here we go. Guys, remember, if you want a chance for yours, all you got to do is be subscribed. Let me know your name, let me know you're subscribed so you have a chance for me to pick your name. Now, if you want to make sure you're guaranteed it, or if you want to skip the line, all you got to do is send a super chat or a large gift. All right, here we go. Thank you so much for the large gift. All right. All right, next up is going to be a Justin. Here we go, Justin. All right, let's go, Justin. All right. Oh my gosh, the cap was on. Here we go. You're subscribed. Your name is Jensen. All right, thank you so much, Jensen, for subscribing. Tiny Bean said first. Tiny Bean, we've been here for a while. All right, Justin, there you go. All right. Thank you, Sophia Sunshine, for that message. Here we go, here we go. All right, let's get some blue going with some orange. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, we just had a gift that just came in. So that means a large gift that just came in. So that means that Jasmine Humphrey is skipping the line. Thank you so much, Jasmine Humphrey. All right. All right, here we go. All right, Jasmine, let's get yours going. Thank you so much for the large gift. All right, there you go, Blair. Awesome, Jasmine. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get a little bit of orange going with some blue, and we'll throw a little bit of black in there. Here we go. All right, here we go, here we go. Jasmine, thank you so much. There you go, there you go. All right, next up is going to be a Raylan. Here we go, here we go. All right, I'm going to write Caitlin on one. I'll just write Caitlin on one. Large gift skipped the line, but I can just add Caitlin to the line. All right. Ava, you're subscribed. Ava, that's your Kevin, though. All right, Ava, though. All right, very true, Sophia Sunshine. All right, you love my videos? Don't worry, Charge, I got you. I see your chats. Don't worry. All right, here we go. Mackay, there you go, there you go. All right, Brian, coming up. Here we go. Lag. Is there a lag for everybody? Uh-oh. All right, here we go. Oh. And let's get blue. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Somebody just tried calling me. All right, Sophia Sunshine, you should let your son know that he should not call on D&D. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Gabby, let's go. Let's go. All right, there we go. All right, Ben, let's go, Ben. Let's get some green going for Ben. Guys, oh, there we go. All right, Bill Downhill is back. You've been in here before. I remember you, Bill Downhill. You skipped the line. All right, Bill Downhill. All right, you on pink and yellow. I got you, Bill Downhill. You're a pretty cool guy. I remember you before. Ben, there you go. All right, Bill Downhill, you skipped the line because you sent a super chat. Here we go. Pink and yellow for Bill Downhill. All right, Bill Downhill. Let's get it going, my friend. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Bill Downhill. Oh my gosh, there you go. Awesome, thank you so much, Bill Downhill. All right, Jensen, let's go, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, guys, remember, all you got to do is be subscribed if you want a chance for your spin art. So, you got to let me know your name and if you're subscribed. So, that's all you got to do. All right. Oh, Kevin, that makes so much more sense. Thank you for letting me know. So, all you got to let me know is your name and if you're subscribed. All right, that's all it takes. All right. Now, if you want to skip the line, all you got to do is send a large gift or a super chat. All right, Jensen, there you go. All right, Ava, yours is coming up right now. Kevin, here you go. This is for your family. All right, here we go, Ava. Let's get yours going. Pink and blue. All right, Ava, here we go. All right, let's go, let's go. Bodie, thank you for subscribing. I got you added to the line for Bodie. All right, Mr. Bodie. Javier, let's get you added in here as well. Thank you so much for being subscribed. Javier. All right, here we go, here we go. All right. All right, Ava. There you go. Next up is going to be a Caitlin. Let's get Caitlin's going right now. Here we go. All right, let's do a little bit of green with some white for Caitlin. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go, here we go. Your name's Rune. All right, Rune. I got you added in. That was a blank one. Not sure why that's there. You're subscribed. Your name's Tristan. All right, Tristan. All right, here we go. Jackie, you subscribed. All right, Jackie. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, guys, Caitlin, there we go. Guys, remember, for a chance to get yours done, all you got to do is subscribe and let me know that you're subscribed. And you have a chance for me to pick your name. So let me know your name and that you're subscribed. That's all it takes. Now, if you don't want to wait in line, all you got to do is send a large gift or a super chat. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Bodie's going to be up next. Let's go, let's go. All right, there you go. All right, Bodie. Let's get Bodie's going. All right, here we go. We got a skipped line. Skipper right now. Here we go. Michael Hayes. Here we go. Michael Hayes. Here we go. Here we go. 6420. All right, let's get yours going right now. Light blue and white. All right, I got you. All right, here we go. Light blue and white. For Michael Hayes. Here we go, here we go. Awesome, let's get his spinning, and then we'll be Bodie up next. Alright, thank you, Michael Hayes. Alright, here we go, Michael Hayes. There you go, there you go. Alright, here we go. Alright, Bodie, you were just in Juliana's stream. Oh, is she streaming right now? That's good. Alright, that's good. Alright, green and blue. Alright, here we go, here we go. Awesome, next up is going to be Javier. Let's go. Alright. Let's take a look. Bodie, there you go, there you go. Alright, Javier, you're up next right now. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Sophia Sunshine is correct. If you send a large gift, you skip the line. Alright, here we go. Red and blue. Let's get it spinning. Here we go. All right, next up is going to be Arun, and then Tristan, and then we are doing Jackie. So, let's get ready for those names coming up soon. Here we go. All right, here we go. Javier, there you go. All right, yeah, we can put red on this one, or Super Chat. That's correct, gamer. You don't have to do. Uh-oh, here we go, here we go. All right, I'm going to do one for you. All right, here we go. Go, Joe, 561. Thank you so much. All right, let me get yours going, and I'll do red for you. Go, Joe. All right, here we go for Gojo. All right, let's get this one going for Gojo. Here we go, here we go. All right, Gojo. All right, here we go. Gojo, there we go, there we go. All right, thank you so much, Gojo. Tristan, here we go, here we go. All right, let's do blue and green. All right. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Tristan, there you go, there you go. All right, coming up next is going to be Jackie. Here we go. Hey Kevin, I've done like 2 or 3 for you already. Send a super chat or a gift, and I can do more for you. All right, here we go, here we go. Your name's Javier. That's pretty cool. All right. Zoli, let me know if you're subscribed. All right, here we go. All right, Dayton Mirage. I got you. All right, Dayton, thank you so much. Here we go. All right, Jackie, there you are, there you are. Awesome, Dayton Mirage. Let's get this going. Here we go. Your name's Maurice. All right, Maurice, let's get you added. All right, Maurice, you've been added. Here we go, here we go. You have a lot of friends. Let me send them this video and tell them to give you Laughing Disco. All right, whoever sends it, I'll do them a spin art. So, let them know. All right, Raiden. I got you added to the line. Here we go. All right, Boris, Adrian, you guys let me know if you're subscribed or not. All right, here we go. Dayton. There you go. Awesome. All right, Rune. Let's get this going. All right, let's do blue and red for this one. Guys, you guys got to remember to send me if you're subscribed or not. Like Runka subscribed. Thank you, Runka. All right, David, I don't know if you're subscribed. I cannot do yours. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, Zoe, or Zoe L.Y. Zoli? All right, I got you added. Don't worry. All right, here we go. All right, Rune. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much, Rune. All right, Maurice. Here we go. Guys, make sure to subscribe. Make sure we are subscribing. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Awesome, guys. Let's get this one spinning. All right, here we go. All right, Maurice. There you go. All right, Raiden. Let's go. Oh, Maurice, I think you wanted just blue. Hold up. Maurice, let me get yours. I'll redo Maurice. I usually don't take color requests, but I remember that one, so we'll redo it. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's get this one spinning. All right, Gamer's back. Here we go. All right, there you are. There you are. Awesome. Next up is Maurice. All right, here we go. What's up, Robert? Robert is finally back. Robert, where you been? I missed you, man. I didn't see you yesterday or today. I saw you in the first stream yesterday, though. But Gojo561, you'll be next. All right, here we go. Oh, you're in Juliana's stream. Makes sense. Makes sense. Maurice, there we go. All right, Gojo. I'm gonna write thank you on yours. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Robert's famous in this chat. Here we go. All right. All right, let's keep this going. All right, Gojo. All right, next up is Rain Cup. Here we go. All right, here we go. What am I gonna do? The pizza candy, Robert? I gotta figure that out, man. I don't know. I need to do it. I know you keep asking. I gotta do it. All right, here we go. Pink and blue colors. You're next, so I got you. All right, here we go. There you are. I hope you enjoy. Hey, Robert, remember to be nice. Let's be nice, Robert. All right, pink and blue. All right, I got you with the pink and blue. Here we go, here we go. All right, who wants one next? Your name's Neil and you're subscribed. Thank you so much, Neil, for being subscribed. Let me get you added into the line. Here we go, Neil. All right, there you go. I hope you enjoy. I hope that's what you wanted. All right, Neil. Here we go. Kaylee. All right, I get you added to the line for Kaylee. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's take a look at this one right now. All right, Neil. There you go, there you go. All right, Kaylee coming up right now. Let's go. All right. All right, Chloe, you subscribed. All right, Chloe. Kevin, thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, if you want a chance for me to do your spin art, all you got to do is be subscribed and let me know that you're subscribed. All right, here we go. Stephanie, you're so cool. All right, there you go. Chloe, here we go. All right, Raun Ika, you have skipped a line. All right. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take this one off real quick and do it for you. All right, here we go, here we go. Guys, remember, large gifts skip the line. Gojo, I'll add you back in line, but remember, only large gifts skip the line. All right. All right, here we go. All right, Rain Cut, thank you so much for the large gift. Thank you so much. All right, Gojo, let's get you added on here. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. If you send a large gift or a super chat, I will add you to the line. These will be the last two. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. Let's keep it going. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, Chloe, there you are. Awesome, Kevin. Here we go, Kevin. Guys, here we go. All right, guys. This is going to be our last one. Unless you send a super chat or a large gift, then I will do yours. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Kevin, there you are. Hold up, maybe we'll keep it going. Give me a second. Let me check on something. Oh, here we go. I just got a large gift, so we are gonna do another one for our friend Arulus Weiss. All right, I got you. All right, thank you so much for the large gift. What's up, Walter? How you doing? All right, here we go. Here we go. Am I streaming tomorrow? I think so. I will be streaming tomorrow, so just come and come do some spin art again. You should come by. Be good to have you. All right, here we go. All right, Arulus, there you go. I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, that was our last one, so that will be the end 8 spin art. So any more gifts or super chats that come through will not get you spin art from this point forward. They will just be donations at that point. So we are done with spin art. Alright, I could stay on for a little bit as I clean up if you guys want to talk. Chloe, what's up Chloe? How we doing? Alright, I'm not sure why you were timed out, but make sure we're not cussing on the stream. I timed you out for just 10 seconds, but make sure we're not cussing on the stream. What's up, Angel? Angel, come back tomorrow. Come early. You have not been waiting for 8 hours, because I did not do this for 8 hours. You crashed out. It's okay. You're a subscriber. Thank you so much, Jessica, for being a subscriber. What's up, Chloe? I'll give you a shout out. What's up, Chloe? Colby, come back tomorrow. Who's my favorite Seattle Seahawks player? Well, that's a great question. I like our new running back, but I won't call my favorite yet. I like Raheed Shaheed. Great pickup by the Seahawks. I think great player. No, for real. Bro said he was in here for 8 hours. That's crazy. We weren't even streaming for 8 hours. I haven't even been in here for 8 hours. That's crazy. You want me to do Seattle Seahawks? Come back tomorrow. I'll do Seattle Seahawks tomorrow. If I see your chat tomorrow, I'll do Seattle Seahawks. You're new here. Well, welcome. We just finished Spin Art, but if you subscribe, turn on notifications, and we're going to do Spin Art again tomorrow. So, make sure you come back tomorrow. Okay, bye. All right, see ya. Walter says, what's up to Robert? Who cost? Huh? Not sure what you're asking. It's alright, Sharky. It's alright. Just don't do it again. You're totally good. Just don't do that one again and you'll be okay. If you do it again, then we'll have to ban you from the channel. But, it's just a warning. I thought I did Chloe. There's a lot that I did. You hit Angel, or was he cussing? Thanks, Robert. Yo, what's up, Air 404? How you doing? Alright, yeah. There we go. You guys saw that TikTok account. You guys are seeing it. I like it. I like it. Should you hide them? No, don't hide people. Only, like Robert, just don't hide them, actually. Just time them out in the future. You can leave him hidden for now. It's okay. So, racism, you can hide them. Cursing, just time them out for like 10 minutes. No cursing, correct, Patrick. What about politics? I don't know on that. We can, I don't know. Just kind of depends what it is. I don't know. Don't hide them though. I don't know on that one. Just let me know if it happens and I'll look at it. That's kind of a hard one because it's like, I don't know what they say exactly. Tomorrow's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Sharky. I will be streaming tomorrow. No leaving? Don't worry, I'm not leaving. I'm just cleaning up right now. I never clean up. I usually just end it with a big mess, so. The fact for cleaning's crazy. Ronaldo or Messi? Well, I like Ronaldo. I thought he was better, but Messi is better now. Unfortunately. Hard to admit, right? But yeah, yeah, that was a tough one to admit because I used to think Ronaldo was the best one. but he's done some questionable things. Well, I don't know actually for sure, but on the field he's done some questionable things like not scoring. So makes me not like him as much because I feel like he should be scoring more. So it's very questionable when he doesn't score. Oh, that's crazy, Robert. Ronaldo's the GOAT. See, I thought he was the GOAT before, too. I really did. I really did think he was the GOAT. And then Messi was just like, I don't know. Messi just did better than him. Remember once you asked me what kind of topping goes on the pizza, and I got confused with the question. Ah, okay. Facts, Robert. You do remember that. Robert's a big Messi guy. Can I do a surprise? What kind of surprise? I'm confused. I have a whole stack of them. I don't know where all of them are. Oh, actually, here is Chloe. Hold up. It's your lucky day. There you go, Chloe. My favorite team is Seattle Mariners for baseball. Uncle Batty made spin art. Is he doing it right now? Like the Guardians. Cleveland Guardians. Wow. They practice in Arizona during spring training. Of course, Chloe. Thanks, Robert. Supporting the Seahawks and the Saints. You know what? I'll be cheering on the Saints, too, when they're not playing the Seahawks this year. It's like, go, Robert. So, Saints are looking better than last year. We have your player, Raheed Shaheed. I really like him. He was a Saint, so pretty cool. What's up, Pink? How you doing? Gamer, how old are you? Aren't you like 10 or 11? I think you guys are like the same age. Wrong player? Bro, no, I'm talking about Raheed Shaheed. He's a Seattle Seahawk now. We got him from you guys. He's a dog. Kamara just came back to the Saints, though, on a rework deal. So you guys got him back for next year, which is pretty cool. What's up, Scott? Kamara is a dub. Facts. Kamara is a dub. What's up? How you doing? How's it going? Crystal says hi. I have not eaten yet, Robert. Actually, I'm going to go eat after the stream. Should I eat on the stream? What do you guys think? Mbappe is on the cover of... That's pretty cool. Did I have a burger or burrito today? No. I had barbecue today. That's what I'm going to go eat after this. Some barbecue. When did I graduate? I'm already graduated. Can you be moderator? We are going to choose more moderators at 50,000 subscribers. Right now, we're not choosing any more moderators. So just make sure you're liked, you're subscribed, and that you keep coming to the live streams, and I can like... And if I trust you, then at 50,000, I will be choosing more moderators. So, eat a hot dog while streaming. I don't know, man. Hot dogs are pretty good, though. You like my user? Thanks, man. Where I tried to cook again? Oh boy. You actually like that? I cook one time in a stream. I was cutting vegetables. Am I from New York? Do I give off... Do you think I'm from New York? Do I look like a New Yorker? I'm curious. Do I seem like a New York kind of guy? That sounds good, Robert. I missed you last time. Well, I see you this time. Hi, Eva. It was just yapping. All I did was peel onions. Not very productive. I was productive. Hold up. Got some tomatoes. Gonna have that Brooklyn accent. Huh. Juliana does not know how to cook. That's actually false. When we were doing that cooking video, she actually pretty much made the dinner. It was good. It's actually really good. You got an iPhone 16e. Nice, man. I don't have an iPhone 16e. That's pretty cool. You got a better phone than me. Or with a steak burger. No facts, literally. Robert, I'd be so down for that. Because I like burgers. Robert, did you come yesterday? I actually had a burger. It wasn't a steak burger, but it was a burger. I'm from Louisiana, says Robert. A burger is a burger. All right, I like it. So we had one yesterday, Robert. We had a burger. Liam, we are all done with spin art. Thanks, Eva. Good to see you. Hi. Welcome to the stream. $248. What's that? I don't have a hot dog here, Robert. You changed your name. All right, guys, I'm going to end this stream, and I'm going to start a new one. So if you guys want to join it, join the new one. This one just says spin art on it, so I don't want people to come in thinking they have spin art. So here we go. So I'm going to end this one and then join the new one, guys.